safe, it's affordable, it's family oriented, and it's got a great public education system. When I say it's affordable, its tax rate is single taxpayer as opposed to split rate. So the low tax rate that's reflected on residential is also reflected on commercial, which is very attractive to establish business, to draw business in. And in terms of a workforce, it's got a very well-respected public education, the regional school district, and hey, we even have a business college in town, so we're in pretty good shape in terms of that. You can draw, if you were to establish an enterprise here in Dudley, you can draw right from Nichols College Business School to fill your workforce and to develop talent that way. Sure. If you were to establish yourself here and live in town, you've got a great place to send your kids to school. My great-grandparents came here and they came here from Poland, and they established themselves here in the community. And my family has been in the community since the early 1900s, so I've been here for over 40 years. And I returned to Dudley after a few different places that I lived for work and so forth. I returned to Dudley, built a house in Dudley, and I raised a family in Dudley because to me it was the best value in terms of services. And in terms of services, the local tax rates, you make those comparisons, what you get for your buck here in Dudley is, and what you can build here in Dudley versus in other communities was phenomenal in terms of comparing it to other southern Worcester County towns and cities. We partnered with Nichols College to promote revitalization of Stevens Mill, which goes back to Civil War times here in town. It's been abandoned for a little over 30 years now. It's of historical value not only to the town but to the Commonwealth. It's on the National Historical Register, and it's sitting there in a really sorry state. That's one project. The voters in Dudley took a very reasonable approach towards zoning cannabis. Back when the state passed the laws that allowed cannabis to be cultivated and sold in a retail setting, it was up to the local cities and towns to adopt certain bylaws and ordinances to how they wanted to handle that. And the final thing, which is not quite as exciting, but it's extremely important in terms of economic development, is the infrastructure projects that we have moving forward that I mentioned earlier. Without having the proper infrastructure, we can have all the land available in the world, but if we can't support local business, it doesn't really do us a lot of good. So that's another project that needs to be done, has to be done, will be done, and it's going to put us in a really good position in the future.